Hey guys, you missed a lot of content. Essentially, Hannah gave her opinion on McDonald's and Taco Bell. She explained how the balloon thing was a balloon fetish. We also talked about. Ooh, dang it.
We talked about preferences on French fries
Mhm.
and chicken wings, and
The dangers of salmonella,
yes,
battered fries.
yes,
Yeah,
because we talked about if cookie dough was worth getting salmonella. I've pretty much decided that it is, and I think you did too.
Mhm.
Um,
That's how we got on the Taco Bell
yeah,
McDonald's thing.
that's how we got on Taco Bell versus McDonald's. But yeah, Taco Bell all the way.
Yeah, I agree with that. I have to say that I think McDonald's breakfast is better than Taco Bell breakfast, though. Taco Bell breakfast needs breakfast sauces.
Yeah, they could at least do with like a mild salsa or something, because like everybody puts salsa on a breakfast burrito, and I'm like, why don't they do that with like it's a Mexican, like shouldn't they have more? I don't know. It's just weird to me, but I do appreciate it a lot because it's not the typical, oh, I want a sausage McGriddle. Because you know, like that's pretty much the only other fast food breakfast that's actually worth the shit.
Oh, I like butter biscuits.
No, I'm saying like McDonald's is the only fast food, not like specifically like that.
Oh yeah, like I do say that McGriddle is probably the best thing that McDonald's has breakfast wise.
I don't even think I've had one.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that is something.
Yeah, I know. I need to, but then again, I gave you my whole McDonald's spiel.
Yeah.
I try not to go there, but it's just so convenient, which is annoying because they're everywhere. So like if you're on a road trip and you're like, hey, we're all really hungry, and we're in this podunk little town in Kentucky, and there's only a McDonald's here. Damn you, capitalism.
Kentucky
Pretty much.
has no bestiality laws at all. There's nothing against bestiality in Kentucky.
That actually concerns me because there is a town in Kentucky named Pig.
Hmm.
I don't know how I feel about that now. There's also a town in Kentucky called 8. Like, not E-I-G-H-T, but literally the symbol.
The
8.
letter 8? As
no, literally the number 8.
The
like,
number
not
8.
even spelled out, just... Kentucky is like... Okay, if it weren't for the dirty and all the sophisticated things that go along with that, I would say it was more redneck than Mississippi. Because you don't hear nice things out of Kentucky.
I know.
Isn't that racist, or not racist, but that bigoted like secretary lady who went to jail from Kentucky? What's her name? The one who went to jail because she wouldn't give out marriage licenses to gay people.
I feel like I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know the name.
Kim Davis.
Hmm.
Have you not seen her on the news?
I don't watch the news. I watch like tech news.
Well, I don't really watch it either, but like okay, so basically she was an elected official to work at the county courthouse. I think it was the county courthouse. Don't quote me on this. I'm not an expert by any means. But she refused to give marriage licenses out to gay people because she claimed that it was against her religion, which is bullshit because I just don't see how like I don't see how that would necessarily be a her thing. She's just allowing, in her mind, I feel like she would just be allowing somebody else to sin, which isn't any of her business anyway. Anyway, and so she was arrested because she wasn't following a rule that was upheld by the Supreme Court, because she is a county courthouse official. But she was saying that because she was elected by the people, that she was only acting on their behalf, which I don't know if that necessarily is true, but she's actually getting a lot of support from the conservative Christian community, and she was released on bail about maybe like a week ago. And they told her that if she has gone back to her job, but they told her that if she doesn't start issuing marriage licenses to people, they would hold her in contempt of court, which is bad. Like, federal crime, horrible, big boy prison for a long time, bad. So I don't know what she's actually decided to do. I haven't heard anything past that, because she went back to work like 2 weeks ago. So I guess she was released from jail a lot longer than what I said. But yeah. How do you feel about that?
I feel like if she doesn't agree with her job, she should like leave
Quit.
her job. Yeah.
Yeah. And well, another thing was, I don't understand, all she had to do was sign the paper and file it. So she didn't even have to and she could have gotten, I think she could have gotten other people to do it. So my thing is, I agree with you, but I also have this thing of, like, I'm a devout Christian, and a lot of people have a debate on whether or not it's a sin to be married to somebody of the same sex, but my thing is, I don't give a shit either way. If it is a sin, I sin just as much as they do every day. If it's not a sin, then who the hell cares? So I feel like judging other people for the sins that they make is kind of like pointing out the twig in somebody else's eye when you have a branch in yours. And that's actually a biblical quote. So, and the Bible also tells us not to predict the condemnation of others. So I don't really think that it's her place either way to judge, and I think that goes for all Christians out there. None of our business. Their salvation is up to them. That's how it is. And she also released a statement that bothered people a lot that I forgot to mention to you. She said that she is very upset by people saying that God hates her, because a lot of Christians that do believe in gay marriage have been really angry. But somebody told her, or she's receiving a lot of hate mail, so people are telling her that God hates her. But my thing is, she doesn't like hearing that, but a lot of gay people hear that every day for something that they can't really change. So she can change the fact that her job makes her do stuff like that to where it's not a big public issue anymore. But they can't change how they were born. And people are still saying God hates you. And there's a picture of her crying that was released with that statement. But it bothers me that she didn't see the connection.
It's like a lack of empathy.
Yeah, and my big thing is, I don't know why people, I do know why, but it just bothers me that people can't agree to disagree, and that they can't love people while disagreeing with them. And that was just something I never really struggled with, but I know a lot of people do struggle with it. But I'm a very empathetic person, and it just gets me when people try to point out problems in others, because we've all got issues. We really do. And just because you think something is a problem, you're willing to sacrifice their happiness for it at no cost of your own. And that bothers me. But yeah. So now that you know about Kim Davis, how do you feel?
I agree with what you said.
Yeah.
I feel like people should kind of mind their own business in certain aspects. especially when there's no harm being done.
Yeah, but a lot of people say that gay couples raising children is actually harmful to the children, but I don't see. I mean, even if it is psychologically different, I don't see how that's any better than them growing up in the foster system. I mean, holy shit, kids get raped and beaten and abused in the foster system all the time, and I feel like being raised by a gay couple is a million times better than that. So yeah. And my parents actually have a friend who is up in Minnesota, and they were married in Canada, him and his husband, and they have 2 sons that they adopted, and they're a happy, healthy family, and they love each other. I look at them and I really just don't understand what the issue is, because I feel like the only argument at this point against gay marriage is it's gross.
Well, and that's relative.
Yeah, it is.
And
so
it's an
like,
opinion.
yeah. So like, should we outlaw people eating, like, should I outlaw people eating tomatoes because I think it's gross? I hate tomatoes, but I just don't eat them. I'm not gonna judge other people for eating them. I kind of do actually, but I mean,
But you wouldn't make it a law.
Yeah, like I really feel like that's kind of the only argument for it, because, well, that, and people are like, well, this country was founded on Christian ideals. It was not, actually. The people who wrote the Constitution have now been found to be deist, which is not, well, you could say that you're a deist Christian, but I really don't think that that's, I don't really believe that you can be a deist Christian.
For the people at home, what is a deist?
Deism is when you think that a god or a supreme power created the earth and then has nothing to do with it anymore. It just sits back and watches, which I think is kind of, I feel like it's kind of a cop-out answer, because it's just like they're trying to find a way to explain creation, but then again they look at the world today and they're like, there's no God. But I would kind of disagree. But so yeah, a lot of the founding fathers were actually deists, because that was a very popular thing back then. And so when they're referring to God, it's arguably not the Christian God. Plus, if we're going by Christianity in 1776, women should be slaves to their husbands. Women shouldn't own property. Women shouldn't be educated. We should still have slaves. All this other shit, and then they're like, oh my gosh, the guy's fucking another guy. Time to revert back to all that shit. Like, sorry, no, but yeah. When did this get here?
Well, she is investigating the nail polish. You guys stay tuned for more content. Hey guys, right now I'm chilling with Hannah, and we're at the cafe. I'm having a pizza and fry cone, and Hannah is slowly discovering what she is having.
Yeah, they said it was spinach. It's not spinach. It's got broccoli and squash in it with Alfredo sauce. It's actually quite delicious.
Oh, cool. Would you recommend it?
You should get some.
There we go. And there you have it. So yes, if you'd like any more information, post in the comment section below. You guys know what to do. Stay tuned for more content. Right now I'm chilling with Hannah, and I'm eating a burger cone. We're talking about Indian childcare traditions, which are rather interesting.
Yeah. So apparently, well, let me start this off with some background information. I used to work at a preschool with my aunt, and they had a lot of she had a lot of people, a lot of her customers were Indians, and I'm not talking like, you know, tracing their roots back to India, like they immigrated directly to America. And they would put curry and a lot of different spices in their baby formula for their children. So we would have to like...
Oh, sorry, by the way, my name's Shakira. Her name is Aisha. She's a friend. She graduated from A&M last year.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Shakiri.
Nice to meet you, too.
They would put curry in their baby formula, and we would have to heat it up and give it to the children. And it was just strange because I've always heard like baby stomachs were super sensitive, and I was just wondering how that worked out because none of them ever seemed to be sick. It's strange. Have you heard about that? Apparently, like Indian parents put like spices in their baby formula. Yeah, and I was just wondering like how that.
Like are the babies? Like how many months?
Like.
So they were newborn?
No, they're not newborn, but probably like 6 months. Maybe less than that, like maybe 4.
Well, you would think that when you see.
You really think that's what we're talking about, because that's just something strange. And their culture is really different. Like, they had an entire separate lunch menu for these Indian children because they couldn't eat meat. And a lot of their families would just have them like pack their lunch anyway. But they had to like make sure that these kids weren't eating like, cause you know how kids like trade food at the lunch table all the time. They had to make sure that that didn't happen because like, you know, a lot of times these little kids just don't know or don't realize it. But yeah.
Oh, I'm doing a vlog. Do you mind being in the vlog at all?
Oh, that's fine.
Alright. So yeah, if you want to, you can introduce yourself, you can promote your social media if you want to. I don't really care. Like, do it all.
Well, hi, I'm Shakira. That's all.
Would you like to be in it at all, or? No? What do you think was the most interesting part of the Indian tradition that you encountered during the child care ceremony?
Probably when the baby came in with... We only had one Indian baby at the time. And I came in one morning and she had something drawn on her face. It was to like ward off... Like... I don't want to insult anybody because I really don't know what I'm talking about, but she had some like spiritual drawing on her face to like ward off, I think, like bad things. I mean, I'm just wondering. I want to know more about it, but like none of the teachers knew anything about it either, and I couldn't exactly ask the parents. So that was probably the most interesting thing because they told the teachers whenever they got there, don't wash that off. She had to wear it for like a certain amount of time. I just thought it was interesting. And like they don't believe either in like you know, a lot of parents like let babies cry for a while. They don't believe in that. Like, and they would get mad whenever we would do that because we had to feed this baby in like a certain way because that's the only way that the mother does it at the house, and the baby, like, she wouldn't eat. So like she would like bounce and like move like this, and if you weren't doing that, she wouldn't eat. So like, but a lot of like American parents, like, kid is upset, they try to like let them cry it out because like there's actually, my mom told me that there's actually a stage in development where babies aren't even upset, but they just have to cry so that they can start developing their vocal like the vocal part of their brain, so they just scream all the time. But I'm wondering how that would work in that situation because
they're not letting her.
Yeah. But I just don't get it.
How are they inhibiting the
They like they'll pick them up and like they'll rock them all the time. But just the typical like way you get a baby to quit crying. But like a lot of times, like I know a lot of people with their babies that they're just like they put their baby in the crib and then they like try to just let them fall asleep. They don't do that. And they would get mad when we would do that because it's not, I guess it's just something that they're not, or they think would be like abusive or whatever.
I could see where you're coming from. The idea that leaving them crying is almost like leaving them helpless kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, my mom did that to me when I was little, and she did it to my sister, and I know a lot of people, your parents probably did it to you.
Oh, I got ass whoopings for crying.
Yeah.
Take that shit right out.
Yeah. I mean, they would probably like report you to DHR for that. But like, honestly, like they wouldn't like hit a baby, but like, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. I kind of want to know more about it.
I want to learn more about the face paint thing. Sounds like a magical word kind of thing.
Yeah, and I honestly want to know more about the Hindu religion because it's really interesting to me. Because I know nothing about it, but I know that it's a huge thing. And I know a few Hindu people, but like I don't want to. I can't ever figure out a good way to like ask them about it because how often can you like just say, hey, I want to know more about your religion?
By just doing that?
Yeah, but I don't want people to be like, why, you think I'm weird? You know what I mean?
No.
I don't know. I feel like I'm comfortable asking questions like that.
Yeah, one of my friends is like a Mormon, and all I did was be like, hey, tell me more about it. And he just did.
Mormons are interesting. They're very interesting. Especially the Book of Mormon. I read like the first 10 pages of it, and I was like, whoa. Interesting. It was, you could tell it wasn't written in the same time period as the Bible, but it was very similar at the same time. So it was just kind of like it was strange to be like reading a Bible without having like the language or the tone of voice. It was just strange. But I read one in what's that hotel branch that has Book of Mormon in all their rooms.
I'm gonna guess, is it Holiday Inn?
It might be, but there's a branch of hotel whose the founder is Mormon, so like they give you a free Book of Mormon in the drawer, and they don't really advertise it, but you're welcome to take it and keep it.
While Hannah's pulling that up, I'm gonna go and get some more food. So you guys stay tuned for more content. Sun-kissed and apple juice is delicious. The sun-kiss actually highlights the taste of the apple, and then the carbonation like kicks it up a notch. I give it a thumbs up. If I had to go thumbs up, thumb middle, or thumb down, most definitely I recommend that you try it out. We were about to talk about sainthood and our opinions on saints and different things like that. So, Hannah, what is your view on saints?
In what sense? There's a lot of different ways that you can. YouTube. There's a lot of different ways that you can take that.
Okay. I don't understand how saints are chosen necessarily, but I do like the concept of saints. My mom feels that saints should not exist. She says they're kind of like
in the Catholic Church
kind of
sense?
I think a lot of religions do saints, I think, right? Yeah.
The only one that I know of is the Catholic Church. I honestly, I would almost disagree, but not quite. I'm not saying that all of them deserve necessarily
sainthood, but I feel like there's something to be said about that sort of declaration. I feel like there's some people who are not necessarily just people. I feel like some people would be like I feel like that should be reserved for a specific type of people, like the people who are almost angelic in a sense. Like Saint Francis, the patron saint of animals. He's the only one I can really think of off the top of my head. He was supposedly very in touch with nature, as one would expect. And I feel like there's also something to be said about that for, I feel like that would put you closer in touch with God in like a pastoral sense. But I don't really feel like that's something that we need to throw around very delicately, because, like, I'm a Protestant, so we don't really give people sainthood, but I think it's an interesting way of recognizing exceptional people. Like, kind of like, I kind of see it as the way of like when the Queen knights people. Like nowadays, it's not so much like you fought well in battle. It's just kind of like, hey, you did these really cool things, and we want to recognize you for it. So I kind of see it as that. But I don't think it should be something that we throw around lightly. I mean, when I think of saintly people, I think of like Mother Teresa or Gandhi, Martin Luther King, people like that. As I take a giant bite of pizza.
I agree that it should be for like an exemplary few, and I also feel that sainthood is more of like an honor rather than a really, really big thing. Because Saint Germain, I actually really like his history and like what people say about him, but there are people who take him so far as to say that he's now become like this higher being, and there are like churches framed around him where they like praise Saint Germain. I feel like that's taking it too far. I feel like there need to be like limits.
Yeah. See, what I thought of when you said that was when I know that like the Catholic Church doesn't worship Mary, but they pray to Mary, and because she's the Mother of Christ. So I thought of that as a less extreme version of what you're talking about. And I think that's interesting too, because Mary was very important, but I don't know if she was necessarily somebody to pray to. And I'm wondering what the logic was behind that, because don't take this the wrong way, but let's just face it, the Catholic Church hasn't really been known for being exactly feminist. So I find it weird that they've been praying to Mary for thousands of years. Yet, if Mary were alive today, she wouldn't be allowed to preach. And I find that really ironic. And I'm not saying that like they should stop praying to Mary, but I'm wondering exactly what's the logic behind praying to Mary, but if a woman today came along who was just as in touch with Christ, she'd be turned away if she wanted to go to seminary.
Are women not allowed to go to seminary? I don't know a lot about Catholic.
Not in the Catholic Church, no. In a lot of Protestant religions, yes, like I'm a Presbyterian. Presbyterians allow women to preach. Well, okay, certain Presbyterians allow women to preach. There's two different branches. So like you have the Presbyterian Church of America and the Presbyterian Church of the United States of America. I know it's weird. but so PCA and PCUSA. PCA is a lot more conservative, so they would say no, women can't preach, but PCUSA is less conservative, and they would say that yes, women can preach. Southern Baptists don't allow women to preach. I think Methodists do. Episcopals do, I think. Maybe not Lutherans. I think Episcopals allow women to preach, but there's not as many as one would think. So yeah, but just it's always been ironic to me because I feel like people, like especially with feminism, I feel like people tend to make exceptions and then kind of not really think about it, just kind of push it under the rug. Because honestly, if Mary was reincarnated and came to me and was like, hey, I want to teach you about Christ, I'd sit there and I'd listen. Because she would know. But if that happened in the Catholic Church, they'd be like, no, you're a woman. But we'll pray to you. I just don't understand. But if anybody out there is Catholic and wants to tell me about that, then you should comment, because I'm actually really interested. So we should actually research that when we get back.
There's definitely a lot to look into, and definitely more to come. So you guys, stay tuned for more content.
Like randomly open,
you guys know
and then
about
things
how
will fall out of the cabinet.
in 310 we'll hear footsteps running across like above us, and we think it's
Haunted.
410. But you guys have seen me in 410, and you know that's not the case. And the guys in 410 also hear like footsteps running across.
Yeah, no. Why would we run? That'd be a lot of that.
Well, that's what we were wondering. That's what we were wondering. Like, are they?
Does it sound like we would actually agree with you guys if it was us? We'd be like, listen, we don't know anything about that. We haven't.
Joke's on you. It's me all along.
I don't want to believe it was you guys.
But then the running theory is that CCRH is haunted. So what do you guys think? Post in the comment section below. Also, I'm about to do the cucumber experiment. You remember that from last night?
What?
Nobody here knows what I'm talking about, so
no
let's
clue
do
what
it.
you're talking about.
There was a peer-reviewed research study that talked about how human intentions can be imprinted on things, and they were like, we found a solid way to do it based on the odor of cucumbers. And I'm like, what? So what I'm going to do is try and imprint my intentions on a cucumber to affect this odor, and I'm going to have one plate that is like a control plate, so I don't try to imprint on that one. And then I'm going to have another plate that I'm going to like try to imprint on, and then we're going to see if it like increases or decreases in odor based on intention. Now, Hannah, I would like you to smell the plate, the control plate, because all odor based.
Here's the thing with that. You could just have bad breath, and it could change the odor. No, I'm just kidding.
You want me to? Okay.
Okay, so Hannah is now smelling the cucumbers. How
Quite delicious. I actually want to eat them.
How pungent is it?
What?
I can't stand them. I can't stand
Is it a strong odor or like a light odor? Is it just like moderate?
It's like watery and honestly, it smells like typical vegetable.
Okay, now are these the same? I have not
They're
messed with them.
similar,
They're similar?
but slightly different, I guess.
Slightly different? Okay, which one do you want to be the control and which one do you want to be the one that I mess with, I guess?
I guess they're pretty. Yeah, they're pretty close.
They're pretty close? Okay, so I'm going to try and imprint my intentions on these cucumbers to change their odor. I'm just glad they had cucumbers to work with. Okay, it's a very specific type of food.
I just got back from ice cream and brownies and was like, yo, dog, I'm gonna eat this.
I'm
shit.
jealous.
Yo, it's right over there.
You
Yeah,
should
I know,
try the
but
milkshake.
like I'm like
I was thinking about it.
I'm going to the gym today, and I like don't want to.
But it did.
Yeah, but
It gives you more of a reason to work out.
Yeah, but then
That's how it works, right? It's called the justifying.
yeah.
You can
No, Hannah.
XXX.
Can't do it.
Odor increase.
I'm Hannah, by the way.
Alright. Now
Yeah.
smell this plate of cucumbers that I just tried to imprint with intention.
Welcome to the smelling cucumbers.
They don't smell as like watery as they did before.
Okay, now smell the control cucumbers
Placebo.
again.
Yeah.
Placebo.
Brianna!
They still smell just as delicious.
Okay. Well, that was like one trial. But yeah, that was what I'm gonna now call the cucumber effect. Do 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 do.
Edit in really poorly made music from SoundCloud.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, I'm gonna school these guys and make a brownie chocolate chip
people.
milkshake. So you guys stay tuned for more content. Okay guys, 1 chocolate chip cookie, 1 brownie, 1 scoop of ice cream, and some milk. Mix together, crush it up, and you got brownie chocolate chip milkshake. What? Let's see if it's any good.
It's spy. Dude, the spy is on us, man. I'm trying to get a taste.
So I got your name.
It tastes a lot like the brownie one.
No. What did you just say your name was?
Thor.
Thor? Oh,
Okay.
how cute.
Her name's Tucker.
Okay. I'm gonna call you Chris Hemsworth.
The little cookie bits kind of show up here and there.
Your
I can
name.
work.
Thor.
That is Jake on there.
Hannah.
Christian.
It's majorly
Hey.
brownie though.
You're in my pre-cal class.
Believe so, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Why don't you sit with, like, why don't you sit with me, James, and Tristan, and
Oh yeah, and here's who I'm chilling with.
you sit in the front.
Hannah?
We're literally like 3 rows behind you.
I've
Tucker?
never noticed you in chemistry.
Are you kidding me?
TJ?
Yeah.
I'm loud as fuck.
Jacob.
Um,
Hey guys,
But-
I see you around.
did you
A
not
lot,
hear me?
Yeah.
Did you not hear me screaming about the bacon?
And this guy,
thing?
he's really cool.
She was
Yeah.
like, "Who only puts 4
Always.
pieces of bacon on their
Oh.
sandwich?" I'm like, "Oh no, Subway!
So did you hear somebody?
She was laughing so bad.
Some chick who was sitting next to me was like, so if I have 4 pieces of bacon and I'm making a BLT, she said 12 pieces of bacon and I'm making a BLT, how many BLTs do I have? It was like 1. I thought that was the best.
I could not do it. I was like, why? I'm like, Subway.
So you
I
have
had to pay $1.25 for 4 pieces of bacon, my ass.
So you're in Miss Spencer's class too.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just class.
Okay.
I'm in the 10-20 class.
Oh, okay. I'm in the 9-10.
Okay. Yeah.
That
Well,
was why
they're
I-
interchangeable. She's just like, go
Yeah,
to
she
whichever
really
one you
doesn't
want. I
care.
really don't care.
Yeah, she really doesn't.
Well, she does all the attendance all at once. So she doesn't. As long as you went to one of them, she's like, okay. You all we have to do is answer the cooker question. Like she didn't even know that I was
Yeah.
late that one day.
Oh,
I came in like 15 minutes late
I
because
found
of
out.
the traffic.
I found out that if you don't answer both of them, she counts you out.
Really? You have to answer all. Oh wow.
Because I came in like a few minutes late, and she usually waits a while to answer a clicker question, but I came in at like 9:15, and she already asked one, and
Yeah.
I was counted out.
The trick
One
is
of them-
to still skip by getting someone else to answer with your clicker.
It's true.
Yeah.
But I'm kind
Yeah,
of a chem
Tucker,
major,
why didn't you
so I
do
feel
that?
like I shouldn't be skipping my chem class.
Yeah. I mean,
Good
yeah,
enough.
but like.
And I like
the-
chemistry.
Like yesterday, was it? She did like a clicker question at the beginning, like as
That's the
soon
one
as
that I
it hit
missed.
10. Oh really?
The one that I missed.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did one like right at the start of class, and then she did one later. Jet's like downing it. I can't
It's okay,
finish
nobody's
this
gonna take it
brownie.
from you.
I
Now the
can't
cookie
finish
part
this
has like really like kicked
listen,
in.
I just
It's
got a
good
quick
as
question for
fun.
you. Does that taste better than the raw dough you tried eating yesterday?
Now raw
Were you
dough.
one of
What?
Yeah.
You're the people that he would. Okay.
Oh yeah, I already told her that story. And yeah, I mean the dough, it
Oh
was more
my God.
sour than you would have thought.
Was it sourdough?
That's because it's
Sourdough.
raw pizza dough. Okay, so did you tell people in your vlog about it?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
we talked about it as soon as we got back.
And if that
Oh
didn't
yeah, you
happen,
were talking
I had
about
to
it
pee.
here while I was checking in. That's right.
Yeah.
Guys, don't eat raw pizza dough. It's a
Just
bad
don't.
decision.
That actually
You will
spurred.
die.
That actually spurred a
You'll love it.
conversation this morning between us about salmonella and
Yeah.
whether it would be worth eating raw,
Raw
cookie
cookie
dough.
dough. And we said yeah. Like
Yeah.
after looking at it,
I would get
I don't
salmonella.
think so.
You can get.
It's just like a stomach bug that lasts like 5 days.
But I can eat the cookie dough. I can cook it and then eat it. And then
No,
have
but
cookie.
raw cookie dough is like orgasmic.
No.
Roxy,
Cookie.
you hear that? She said orgasm.
He's like, what kind of orgasm are you having?
I cannot finish this.
I'll say subscribed. I don't know. I'll tell Jimmy about it.
Subscribe for more strip.
No.
I was gonna say like
I was-
strip poker.
You have to buy me dinner
No,
first,
no,
buddy.
no.
Leave in the comment section below if you want to see me take my shirt off.
No, we're gonna have an all-dude strip poker.
That almost happened to you.
I'm out. Oh my god, what?
Welcome to Mantown.
We'll get some,
Do you guys watch Game Grumps?
And she'll be like,
Oh fuck yeah.
Okay, that reminded me of the D Club.
The what?
Oh, the D Club's very similar to the Kari thing I told you about.
What did Kari do?
You were there. Remember when Kari was talking about in second grade, me and my friend were playing PlayStation High. Yeah, and we got bored, so we started taking pictures of dicks, and we made like video game characters. I was like, what the fuck, Kari? He knew he was on film, and he looked at the camera, and he was like, I'm ready.
It's like, I'm ready to be internet.
I thought you were
Live my
gonna
life
talk
out.
about. I thought you were gonna talk about when Kari came out of Susan's room and was like, "I eat ass." And then I
That
was
was
like,
great.
"No, you don't."
That was Susie
No.
made me not put that on the vlog. She was
Oh
like,
my
that wasn't
God.
funny. Don't
Oh, it
do
was
it.
fucking hilarious.
It was amazingly fucking
I was
hilarious.
like, okay, he came out of his girlfriend's room and was like, I eat ass. So I was like, no, you fucking don't. And then I was like, I'm asking Susie, and I go in there and she's buck ass naked, and I'm like, shit, he does. And I came out, and I was like, shit. I'm really terrified. You can't put this on the vlog because Susie's gonna get mad.
No, this isn't the thing. This is not the thing.
Okay, no, it's not.
This is hearsay versus like literally seeing him on film saying I eat ass.
I was like, he says that he was like, I thought he was like, well, okay, I didn't think he was.
There's
I thought it
a
was one of those
song
things
called
where,
I
like-
Eat Ass, and
Yeah.
he sings it all the time.
What? Gotta eat the booty like groceries.
Not that one. It's literally
Our
apparently.
generation's screwed.
Yeah.
It's
No,
literally
our
this
generation
guy
is
just
awesome.
saying,
I eat ass.
But we'll
Kids are
make
gonna be
kick-ass
like-
grandparents,
My
I'll tell you that
our
much.
kids are gonna be like, my mommy and daddy used to eat booty. It's like
groceries.
like groceries.
no, somebody
God.
made a vine about that. They dressed up as an old woman and they were singing this song. It's like, I remember this from high school. Hilarious. I don't know why old women are British.
Where the old woman, she pulls up to a McDonald's drive-thru and she gives her the person at the drive-thru gives her ice cream. She's like, you forgot something. What?
I knew it.
Have you seen the video where the dude was like, the driver's seat, he had like a tarp put over to where it just showed
Oh yeah.
the like an empty car, and so
Oh,
he drove
yeah,
up to it,
yeah.
and the dude was just like, just throw it in. Just throw it in, it'll be fine. And she was like, where was this shit? And he was just like, bro, just come, okay, whatever, and then just drove off.
I think I saw one where this guy had this mask on that made him look like he didn't have a face. So he would drive up and he had a hood on, and you couldn't really see from like the angle of the window. And so he would order an ice cream cone at the time, and this woman, it was like this compilation of these four people who would like open up the window, here you go, sir, and he'd be like, thank you. And they would all flip their shit, and it was probably the best. I think the one was my favorite was this woman who like went to hand him the ice cream cone and went, ah! She threw it at him and then ran away and got the manager, and then the manager came back and did the exact same thing, pretty much.
Through the ice cream man.
Yeah.
There's
so funny.
one where Jeff Dunham owns the Batmobile, like the Batmobile from the first Tim Burton Batman movie, and so he dressed up
That's
as
a fun Batmobile.
he dressed up as Batman, and like went up to the thing and like pulled up to the driveway and he goes, yeah, can I have like some chicken nuggets or something? Robin, what do you want? No, okay, yeah, just one chicken, Oreo chicken nuggets. And then he drove, and then he's like, okay, and then he drives up, and then he has to slide off the roof. Slid off, because it's like the stupid Batmobile thing. So he drives up with the roof slid off, and he's like, hi, yeah, thank you. Fucking debit card. It's like a legitimate trade-off. Like they can like, yeah, it was like only like right here. So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but
I thought
they,
it cut out. I was like, damn.
You're at 9 minutes.
But he just drove up and like they had a full-on exchange, and the woman was just laughing the entire time. And then he's like, "You have a great day and stay safe." And then the takes off.
Have you guys ever seen
I think it was Jeff Dunham because I know he owns.
when Letterman
Yeah,
owned a
he owns
Taco
it.
Bell for a little while?
No.
It was really hilarious. You have to go on YouTube, search David Letterman Taco Bell. It's the best 5 minutes of anything you'll ever watch. It was either a Taco Bell or a Burger King. I
You
can't
gotta
exactly
do
remember.
that, and you also gotta stay tuned for more content.
And it was our worst quotes, and there was this tally mark of how many times people shat the bed because they fucked up in life. And Kurt was at a 13 count. It all started from when he screwed up until dawn. You guys have played that game, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Well,
Oh, Until Dawn? Oh, dude.
in the ending of the game, the character who supposedly has plot armor, he screwed up the last quick time event, and it's like, don't move, don't move. He accidentally leans it down. Boom. Went to go picks her up. She's done, and then.
Oh no, he put.
No, that was Jessica.
Yeah.
She did that too, and we literally sat there. We were trying to save her because, of course, it's Hayden Panettiere, so you have to save her. But it was like, Kurt, you shat the bed really hard on that one. You had one shot. You literally made it this far. That was the last part of the game.
Don't move.
You screwed up. But anyway, there was full of quotes, tally marks. The one I had two of them. One of them was, I'm fucking queen of the universe. And the other one was, I'm trying to remember. It was something involving a stick on my ass. They were mocking me, and there was a salty one. So there were actually three about me. And it was all about just random shit that we would say. One of them was, you don't know until you've tried aim. It was stuff like that. So we realized, wait a minute, families are going to be here. You know what we put on it instead?
Scripture verses.
Scripture verses and quotes of the day. And then I made it more realistic. I was just like, this is clearly bullshit. So I put a to-do list. It was like, buy more milk, do laundry, pour milk on laundry, buy more milk.
Buy more milk.
That make it seem humorous. That now they're like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah, as soon as the families leave this weekend, we're putting all that stuff back up plus more.
See, we have something similar in my room, except we just kind of like add more ground rules to the list as certain weird things happen. Like there's a rule in my room that
Like
you
no
cannot.
eating ass after 10?
Yes.
Or not eating the booty like groceries.
Yeah.
After 11.
There,
Don't eat the booty like groceries.
there is a rule that you can't hump the furniture or the walls.
What?
Don't ask.
Well, I'm not going to y'all's room.
There's also a rule about no exposed genitalia. That was Peter.
Peter also
Both
was the
of them were
humping the
Peter.
floor and the walls.
Yes.
Wait, which Peter?
Peter Mysak.
How did that happen? Wait.
Someone jumped her.
Okay, my roommate who's also named Hannah. That's very confusing. Yeah, at least it's spelled differently. But anyway, she had a cast on, but she didn't realize her foot was bleeding. But she kicked him in the ass because he said something like annoying. So then he had blood on his pants, and it looked like he got his period. It was hilarious. So then he strips off his pants in the middle of our room and starts spraying them with Shout, and then he starts running around in like his boxer shorts, like yeah. And I was like, Peter, no. And it was bad. And then we made a ground rule about that. And then I don't know why he started humping our furniture, but it's
Yeah, I wasn't there for the humping the fur. I was there for the penis thing.
On LSD.
no, that's how he acts all the time.
Yeah, he's quite a character.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah.
That's a character that's like serious.
When he's
K in a cameo.
I need to go back.
A cameo with a K.
What's up? Yeah, cameo. Okay, there we go.
Dude, promote your social media.
Yeah, hey, y'all go to, crap, that means I gotta spell it. Alright, so y'all search up KAYMEJEIDU on YouTube and, like, watch all my videos and share all my videos and subscribe and call all the famous people you know. Yeah.
I'm afraid you're gonna drop that on my head.
Nah, I'm hungover, not close.
I feel like they're kind of coinciding.
See, I'm black. I have like mad reflexes. I'm like a superhero. Yeah.
So you're a
Just like
superhero.
you. Yeah.
What's your superhero name?
What? My superhero name is K. Look.
Wow.
No, not KKK. No, this is K.
Why did you have to say that?
Because you're a black guy, so you gotta say KKK, right?
The reason why they don't have black superheroes is because all black people are already superheroes.
But
Excuse me, Frozone, he's the best.
But what about John Stewart?
No, Frozone was a diversity kid. Okay, Frozone was a diversity kid, and he was a walking stereotype. But they know black people don't like the cold anyway.
John Stewart is the Black Green Lantern. And also, Inferno is half. Well, it's one white dude and one black dude.
You mean Firestorm?
No, you saw.
Oh yeah.
They tried to have
Captain
a
America
superhero.
right now.
And what happened in Fantastic Four was a flop.
Okay.
That wasn't a flop because Human Torch was black. It was a flop because Dr. Doom sucked.
No, like the entire Nerdlandia complained the shit out of that movie because they were like,
that's because the original thing is a white guy.
The one they made back in like 2004 was Invisigirl. No, Invisigirl was.
Yeah, she's like his. Yeah, she was Latina and
not
white.
Shakira, what's her face? Jessica Alba. Jessica Alba Latina. Nothing happened there.
Yeah, really.
She's close enough.
Yeah, we
So you're supposed to be brother and sister. That's the point. And then you just go.
Nah, bro. She was just born with like no melanin ever. Like that's all that happened.
But there's plenty of black.
She's a walking anomaly.
There's in the comics right now. Captain America is black.
He is.
Because what's his face died, and no one
ironic.
knows.
Steve.
Yeah, Steve Rogers is dead, and the current one is black. Remember the?
Oh, you mean the Falcon?
Yeah, he's Captain America.
Everybody just calls him the Falcon though. Like he's Captain America.
He doesn't have an origin story.
Captain America.
He's just the Falcon though.
No, his origin story is, well, I just happen to go on the same running route as Captain America.
He is awesome.
And then he invited me over because he couldn't trust anybody else but the person that happened to line.
He does have
Then you have War Machine
still scream, on your left.
Yeah, and then you got War Machine. Yeah, you got War Machine.
War Machine.
Don Cheadle?
Who's War Machine?
Iron Man.
War Machine.
Buddy.
You're a War Machine.
Oh, you mean American Patriot?
No, it's War Machine.
War Machine.
Yeah, it's called.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he doesn't count either.
Static
Secondary
Shock.
character.
Static Shock.
That's
Static
secondary
Shock.
character.
They're not
Static
secondary
Shock.
characters.
What kind of
They
name
have
is Static Shock?
Kay, are you losing your black card, Kay? Is it being revoked?
That TV show must not have been successful.
It was.
It had like 4 seasons.
4 whole seasons?
Yes.
That 70s show had 8 seasons. Friends had 10
Okay, that 70s show and Friends are the best.
Exactly.
Don't insult me.
Yeah. They had like
Static
10
Shock.
That's a whole different.
Yeah, Static Shock.
That's
You never watched Static Shock?
I didn't.
No, 4 seasons just means
Yeah, I know.
that you'll be an extra in a movie one day. 4 seasons doesn't do it.
The only reason it got
I'm gonna go
canceled
eat
is
before
because
this gets
the
cold. Nice to meet all of you
what's it called?
watching.
The voice actor.
You've already been on it
His voice
before.
changed.
How many people are watching?
345 subscribers.
Oh, swag! What's up, y'all? All of y'all unsubscribe and then hit up my page. I'm joking. Don't unsubscribe, but do subscribe to my page. There we go. Yeah.
Well, can I make a segue to my Twitch channel then?
Yeah, dude, go for it.
I already made that segue. Do you not remember that?
You can do it again.
You can do it again. Okay. All right. It's Hero_.
Actually stream.
I stream now and then. I don't have time, but I try.
Yeah.
I have to go. I don't actually live on campus. I'm going to be living in Fort in
Very soon.
next semester, so like January, and we have to go do that today. So
Wait, or 10. What's gonna happen to that?
LJ's moving to 6th floor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
follow me
I'm
on Twitter.
moving to
Hero_.
I
They
don't
call
know,
me.
there's
And
nothing.
Oh, I know. He's moving across from me.
Oh, is it 605?
Right.
Yeah.
I believe it's 05. Yeah. Because he's always up there. Like every time I get out of my room, he's
No, there's not an open room in there.
Oh.
He's just moving to one of the. There's an open room on the 6th floor somewhere.
I never heard of an open room. I thought we
Or
were
there's
completely
one
full.
who's moving out from what's it called?
Manton?
One of the 6-week trials.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I did too. That makes sense.
That ends Monday.
It does, doesn't it?
Ends Monday.
So is
Monday
the 6-week trial for like people that live within like the 30-mile radius? They're just like, eh.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I mean, I live 122 miles from here, so I don't have a choice.
Yeah. I don't
either.
Wait, you
Where
guys
you
are
from?
never in the same place. Okay, Tucker, you see those guys on the table behind you? That's Joseph and Avery. They have Magic the Gathering cards. They got like 2 PS4s, a PS3, a Wii U. You guys would hang out like so hard. It would be amazing.
And I have Magic cards too, by the way.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
And he does too. I beat him.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yo, guys.
They basically just said, we're too popular to hang out with other people.
But I mean, that would go off. That would be amazing. Just to get all of them together. All of you guys together, dude. But yeah. Oh, we're at like 9 minutes, and you know what that means. Stay tuned for more content. What? I'm back with Hannah, who's practicing drums while we watch Avatar. I'm really excited. We're watching from book 2. Haven't watched this in a really long time. I'm gonna really enjoy it. Are you excited?
Totally excited. Avatar is just about the only anime that I can consistently watch. So I know that's like a really sad thing, but yeah, it's amazing.
So yeah, you guys stay tuned for more content. Hey guys, I'm about to go to homecoming with Gabby in about 20 minutes. This is not the same suit that you saw before. This is the suit that I wore to homecoming either last year or the year before. I believe it would have to be last year. It's the only thing that makes logical sense. But yeah. I don't know. I don't like it as much as the other suit, personally. I don't know. It makes me look kind of like a vampire. Especially with the shave. Like, all together is kind of like, eh. Anyways, yeah. So this is the suit. I'm about to head out. So you guys, stay tuned for more content.